Slark?
It's it is? Alright. Oh my god, MV Invoker, here we go, guys. It's a show.
But he hasn't played the hero 100 times in a row. How is he going to play Invoker?
I don't know.
Actually, he's played a lot of Invoker. Like a lot.
Yeah, we were just talking. He's like, have you seen my Invoker lately? I'm like, no. He's like, oh, okay. Maybe we're going to see it now. Because
prepare yourself.
Yeah, prepare yourself.
It's God tier.
So it is a support Naga, which likely means that it's going to be safe lane farming, I guess, Shadow Fiend. And then they're going to put the Invoker versus the Storm mid. And I would say, honestly, Invoker gets the advantage there. You know, not really too much of a shock. Invoker has much better range. You can go Quas Wex, I think, and still win fairly easily. Just cold snap spam whenever he goes up to the wave to try to use Remnants for CS, which most Storms will have to do. But yeah, we'll see how it turns out. I still like Cloud9's draft, like much better, honestly.
With that, and you say that with confidence.
With confidence, I like their draft better.
Okay, is it because there's a Slark on EG?
Listen, I like Slark. I think Slark is good. I just consider people who pick Slark as like
monsters.
Yeah, they're a certain kind of people, you know what I mean?
So is Fear like a certain type of the people?
Like, I've picked Slark before, and I know the state of mind that I was in when I picked that hero, and it wasn't good.
So after like losing like 6 games in a row with Pyrion, he's like, shit, we need to win this game. It's the last game of the night. I pick Slark and we lose. But that's the kind of hero you go to. He's the character you're like, okay, we need to win the game.
He's a game winner, man. Like, BKB is a game-losing item. Slark is a game-winning hero.
All right. But you say Sigma picks Slark, and they haven't won.
30 seconds remaining.
Giving Bruno the stink eye. But, I'm sorry, say that again, because I totally was just pissed off at Bruno.
It's okay. It has nothing to do with this game.
Okay.
Do you think when you put Invoker mid, it puts pressure on your supports to get the runes?
Well, I think Invoker is a hero who is pretty... Like, he doesn't rely on runes, right? Like, he can just sit mid and do his own thing. Yeah, the Storm does, but depending on how the lanes work out, then yes, you'll have one rune guarded most of the time. Like, if both lanes meet each other, then the runes are more or less free-for-all, because if you have, like, a tri-lane versus tri-lane, for example, and both teams are facing each other in those lanes, then the 1v1 heroes are never going to leave the lane for a rune, because they can't really afford the experience. So the mids are pretty much going to be the only ones moving around the map at that point. So it depends on where the lanes end up. And it looks like right now, it's going to be Cloud9 running a safe lane Invoker instead and putting the SF mid, which is a little bit strange.
And he is going to have a tough time because, first of all, it's a dual lane mid, but there's also PP and Viz on Veno. I just want to point out that, oh, man, with the
Shadow Raise
level 1 raise, I actually saw this RTG do this, getting level 1 quite early, just to make sure that you just get the first creep wave. Sure, you don't get the Necro Mastery damage bonus, but right now he's doing a lot better than what he would have done if he did not have the raises.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Enfeeble is one of those things where Shadow Fiend's base damage is not great anyway. It's 12. He was hitting RTZ for almost negative damage. We saw top the Batrider was dropping pretty low there, but even still, 4 CS right now for Sing, and the Enfeeble is going to be wearing off very soon, and the Bane has long since made his leave from middle, and the bottle's already on Sing, so I don't think it's going to hurt him too much, honestly.
Yeah, it's a build that you start with GU branches, and then you basically bottle crow. Speaking of getting greedy builds, if you look at Envy, he started with no items. He got pulled 1 tango.
What a man.
Like, I'm going for a Midas Rush, guys.
He's letting everyone know. Not just his team, but the opponents as well.
That is pretty awkward, to be honest.
I mean, he's last hitting with 38 base damage, you know?
You can do it, man. Yeah. I mean, if you're capable of doing it, I can see no problem with it necessarily, so. It's something that I haven't seen a lot. Typically when I see that in a pub game and somebody's on my team, I just feel like they're going to go to the side shop and buy a ring of health, and then I'm just going to be really sad.
I used to do that in every single pub game in Dota 1. It's like you random, and then you wait at the side shop for your ring of health. That's what you do.
It's like the worst feeling in the world. You just get that sinking feeling in your gut, and you just say, God, please don't do it. And it happens every time, man. You can't escape it. And we were talking about rune guarding earlier. Looks like Pile Die is going to secure that regen for Sing, so he's going to be quite happy about that. Doesn't have to bottle crow, at least for a second time this early on. And you can see that RTZ is still winning very slightly in terms of overall CS, but we know how good of a flash farmer SF can be, and he's already got 2 points into his raise. Pile Die and Aoi are both sitting mid. They could potentially go for RTZ. He's going to eat a net here. I'm really surprised he actually got that close. It's going to be a double raise, kill secure for Sing. Give him the first blood, James. He's pretty happy about that. Yeah. I I honestly don't know why he would... They had a high ground ward.
Yep.
Like, why?
I don't know.
Why?
That's my thing.
It wasn't a smoke gank. They kind of just
It
waltzed
was
up.
a casual walk-up.
Yeah.
Maybe you underestimated how far the
Yeah.
net range was.
Even the best of us makes mistakes, so, you know. A hard one for Arteezy. Now, Arteezy doesn't have TP. Did he cancel his TP? I think he did.
What a disaster.
Oh,
Maybe he didn't
my
shift
God.
cue his movement when he
Yeah,
got
I
to
don't
the
think he
tower.
did. Yo, Arthur
I've done that before, actually.
on tilt right now, giving up first blood, and then
It ain't great.
it ain't great.
And he's supposed to be the one who's going to make the majority of the room for his team. I mean, Universe will obviously have a relatively quick blink because he's jungling more or less unobstructed. There is no hero who can really stop him right now because Bone 7 is against... Well, there's no one top from EG, so you know that there's a heck of a lot of heroes inside of the woods, which means that there's not going to be anyone touching him. So.
And for Envy, he's got a Midas recipe coming in, not even 4 minutes, so we're going to see a very, very quick Midas. Envy, get those last hits. All right.
He's doing it, man.
Yeah, man. You gotta say, he started with 38 base damage. Pretty impressive.
He's going Exort, though, which is a little bit surprising. I think, honestly, Quas Wex is really good against EG's lineup. EMP is sick against Slark and Bane as well. Also Storm, because of the fact that, I mean, that the heroes all have pretty high mana cost, even if they're int. Heck, it's good against everyone, really, on the team of EG right now. So, a bit shocked to see him not go that.
Yeah. He did do a Sunstrike on the mid lane to secure that kill, although his Sunstrike actually didn't do any damage. But in any case, yeah, it's a very interesting build. We'll see whether it pans out or not. Universe, checking on this Blink Dagger. He's got 800 gold.
And Tranquil Boots.
Yep.
I'm surprised he actually finished the boots.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Typically, people just get like one tango or something like that, and then you can just stack 2 camps and kill them. You pretty much don't take damage most of the time.
He seems to have taken a lot of damage.
He's just lives life on the edge, man. Just goes ham.
Danger creeping.
So this is a fairly good move, in my opinion, for Cloud9. They allowed Sing Sing now to go back to the jungle, gave CM the mid lane. They're not pressuring the Storm Cert as a result by as much, but allows the Shadow Fiend to farm safely, and more importantly, gives Crystal Maiden some decent levels. Pretty good.
Yeah, not bad at all. I think, is Sing actually going Midas too?
It looks like it.
I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, no. He's not actually going to go Midas 2, but I actually think he is.
So in terms of going completely greedy against a Stormster and a Slark, not two hero exactly that can scale out late. It seems like if nothing happens for a long time, Cloud9's going to have this game almost as an auto one.
Yeah, I would kind of agree with that because once BKBs start coming out, especially on the SF, that's the main thing. Like if Sing gets a BKB, then who really on the side of EG is going to be able to kill him? It's just not...
That tomato slapped him pretty hard.
It's not great. Yeah, he's doing some high-risk jungling. I've done this before. He's a professional player, man.
It's not his first rodeo.
No, it's definitely not.
Yeah,
Only
he's
the
got that
last
Midas.
All right,
Double
so
Midas gaming.
6-minute Midas, and a, what, like 3.5 or 3.5 minute Midas or something like that?
C9 were the guys that used to always get, like, everyone get a Midas. Like 4 Midases, 5 Midases. Like, Ewi used to get it quite a lot as well on CM.
Man, Cloud9 going back to the roots said, we want MLG with this. No scope with those Midas.
Top tower
Let's
is
go
under
back to it.
attack.
Well, I think the Midas, since they're so early, like Arteezy's going to have a little bit of time before he's going to start ganking because he's only got 1 in pull right now, which means that at the very least he wants to get 2 more in Vortex just so his remnants actually land. Because we've seen, honestly, how ridiculous range Vortex can be sometimes.
Yes.
And you don't actually get your remnant proc off of it, so I don't think he's going to be moving around too much, at least right now.
What do you think of this skill build?
What, his skill build?
Yeah.
It's just to make sure that you can reliably get last hits in mid if somebody's trying to contest your farm. Because if you go max Remnant, then you have to walk up to the creep wave every single time. But sometimes you can just drop a Remnant and use the overload bonus damage to get last hits anyway, if you're against a hero who's going to harass you a lot, like maybe an SF. Because if you walk to the wave, you potentially can get double raised. And that means you're taking a ton of damage every single time you do it.
Yeah, in terms of a gank, it just makes you just have to be much more precise with your initial jump. It looks like we might see a little bit of action on the mid lane here, a frostbite, but that's going to force out a jump from Arteezy, and that's it. Yeah, you have to be much more precise with the jump, landing on top of the hero, pull, remnant, and then right click. And with each overload adding so much damage, you can actually pick off some squishy supports like Crystal Maiden by multiple jumps and just overload attacks. Seen that happen many times as well.
Yeah, which likely means he's going to be going into the very quick treads, and then he'll probably go Orchid. Well, yeah, I think he kind of has to go Orchid this game. My question is, does he Orchid the Invoker, or does he Orchid the Naga Siren? Because if you do one, then the other is just going to do really bad things to you, and it's not going to go well. Maybe he'll just hope that him and Universe can coordinate some kind of initiation where they go on both targets simultaneously. That way they can ensure they can lock at least one down and kill the other.
Yeah, right now nothing has really happened for the past 8 minutes or so, and it's a very healthy gold lead for C9. Like, just off farming alone, they're up by 1,000 gold, and I think that's mostly off excellent jungle by Sing Sing, the double hand of Midas's, and the Crystal Maiden's getting in there in some farm as well. So, of course, Aoi is, you know, he always farms when he can.
He's like always second highest net worth, even if he's playing on like a support. It's kind of ridiculous, actually. PPD's going to spot out Sing in the woods, but no one else really nearby.
Aww.
This is just some reconnaissance mission that he's got going on here. He's just like, yep, found the Shadow Fiend.
Hey, he's taking some
experience.
Yeah. He's going to go snipe the curve? No, he can't do that.
No, Sing was really next level.
Look how slow it is.
He would have noticed the experience being sapped.
This
they're coming, though.
Yeah, yeah. Blink Dagger is online. Sing Sing be dead.
Target acquired.
Yeah, he's definitely dead. Suddenly not so happy.
Oh,
didn't bring him up to the high ground.
Ultimate?
He's going to go for a Requiem, but gets canceled by the Flame Break. Throws out one raise and
He didn't get
turns into a bunch of spirits or souls, what have you. I guess it's kind of the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, they're the same.
Mid lane here, Sing Sing. Arteezy going for Bone 7. The Zip is going to be right there. The Overload doing a ton of right-click damage. Arteezy thinks better of it.
Oh, I would.
Can he go?
You're going to re-engage?
He has 11 charge wand. It's pretty dangerous to go on that.
Yeah.
So another position where I would have went and probably failed horribly.
Hey, man. Sometimes you got to go for the goose, you know?
Go for
the heavy goose.
Yeah, you know what's up.
I do. I mean, I play so aggressive sometimes.
Top lane, ensnare into a Sunstrike. PPD's going to take a ton of right-click damage. Cold Snap going to seal the deal. Envy being involved that kill. He's got 2,500 gold. Is this like the Merlini Midas into bots game?
Maybe he's going for the Radiant.
That would be like the epitome of greed. Well, he goes Medallion. They're going to go early Roche, I guess.
And you know, if you just right-clicking with Exhort Invoker Cold Snap Medallion, that hurts.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially since they nerfed the Forged Spirits minus armor that used to apply up to like -10. I think they nerfed it to what, -6 or something like that is what it caps out at. But if you get a Medallion on top of it, it still hurts quite a lot. And you have Riptide and SF aura as well.
Yeah. I mean, I
It's
would
some
not
pain,
guess.
man.
I would not guess
seen this
Midas
before.
into Medallion. You know, it's like something different.
Well, it's actually been seen before. It's not
really?
like totally out of the question, but it is unusual.
Okay. I just imagine when you have a safe lane Invoker, you're going for bigger and better items. Medallion's one of those, you know.
Well, what would you have liked to have seen then?
I mean, if this was Dendi, he would have gone Blink. Or if you're Merlini, you would have got bots.
If this is you, though.
You would have got bots and then drums and then Aghanims, I think.
Yeah. I think I would have gone for something like Yules to get that Sunstrike combo going.
I'm a fan of the Yules as well.
But I go Yules whenever I can, so I don't know if that's...
You're one of those guys, huh?
Yeah.
The thing is, he's not going the max Exort build, he's going Forge Spirits. So when you go Yules, you typically have like lower Quas, and then you just go for max Exort. Yeah. And that's when you go for the Sunstrike. And you even put a point into Wex because you want Meteor as well.
Yeah. So if you're Fear here, you have 2,600 gold.
If he buys a Shadow Blade, I'm going to be mad.
It's looking like it.
Well, I think this is a very different type of game, like the one that TC bought the Shadow Blade, because you knew Alliance was gonna group up, right? I don't think Cloud9's looking to group up anytime soon. They don't have a good like 5-man push. I figure Cloud9's one of those teams that gets greedy and farm all over the map. You know, as apparent by the double Midases. I think this Shadow Blade could do a lot more than the one that TC got.
Well, potentially going to see a hook shot onto Universe. Sunstrike coming in as well. Envy gets the kill.
Sing Sing and mid as well.
Yeah, going to find a pick. He took a bit of damage, but he's fine. This is fine.
It's all fine.
This is actually not looking too good for EG.
No.
Cloud9 just flat out farming them.
It's all about when Fear comes online and see what he can do.
Honestly, I would have just like rushed to BKB if I was Slark in this game, because you have two great initiators, right? You have a Blink Bat Rider, already has the Blink.
Okay.
And then you have a Storm. So you have the team who can initiate for you already, and then all you have to do is make sure that you're not going to get like stuck in cogs, or you're not going to get frozen or exploded by an Exort Invoker. Now granted, Envy still does a decent amount of right-click damage, but you can at least take some hits and then use your ultimate with BKB to make sure that you're just invincible during that time, right? Because you can't get raised because you get BKB on, can't get hit by meteors, whatever. So I just think that he needs the capability of being in the middle of the fight. I don't know if going for an item that's going to be reliant on the other team not 5-manning them is a good plan, because with a Medallion and Forge Spirits, you're going to push. Like, that's what the build's for, and you're going to take Roshan quite early. I'm just a little bit skeptical of this item choice.
Normally I actually dislike Shadowblade on Slark quite a bit, and I'm with the BKB plan. The only thing that I'm a little afraid of is all the minus armor you were talking about. The Force Spirit, the Medallion, which I don't think you could Medallion somebody that's BKB, or can you?
You can.
You can.
You can, okay.
Yeah.
And then you have the Aura, the Riptide, so I feel that he has to rely on stealth a lot more to actually get things done.
Okay.
And that tends to Shadowblade, but the problem is detections around, you have to really rely on ultimate. I really don't know. I feel like he's really stuck in a rock and a hard place. It feels like it doesn't matter what he gets. There's just so much of a quote-unquote counter from C9 that it's hard for him to get the right item.
What about an Orchid? An Orchid Russian Slark?
I think he needs something defensive. I don't think
it would make... The point that I'm making, at least, is that he's very squishy with this item choice. And BKB would help that at least a little bit. Slark's base armor is actually pretty low for an agility hero. He's only got 4 at level 9, and that's with agility treads on. And we're going to see a net on Arteezy. He's going to ball away, but completely runs out. Yeah, Sing, he's going for the raises, pops the haste. Double raise going to connect, will get the kill. Nightmare coming out, but no other hero actually coming in. Nightmare gets broken by Owie.
The Swapadoodle.
Yeah, the Nightmare bounce. But yeah, I just think that he needs to be bulky, tanky, be able to take a hit or two, because when he goes in, he's just going to explode to any damage. He has 800 health.
He can tread. I mean, get that 180 life.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
And I think here is a group up push is going to happen. Tier 1 tower up top. Not much EG could do about it. When you have a hero like Storm Spirit as well as Slark, they're more of the do stuff hero, right? You need to do a lot in early game, whether it's winning your lanes, getting kills, and just kind of snowball off of that. So far, we've seen C9 kind of slowly and dominating this game.
Yeah, we're going to see Envy actually force the TP away. There's going to be a song pop just to ensure that Envy can not die. And he's actually going to be teleporting to the Roshan pit. Here comes the ball in from Arteezy. They're going for Sing. Sing does not have a BKB just yet. Lasso on Pylai as well. They know the song was already used. They're going to turn it around with a nice couple of raises, and there's going to be traded kills so far, 1 for 1. Now Pylai quite low as well. You're going to see Zai die inside of the cogs. Bone 7 dealing decent damage with the battery assault. And PPD is going to be able to teleport out of here, looks like.
Poison Sting does not do fatal damage, so he should be fine. I mean,
and Envy gets a Sunstrike kill.
You got to keep in mind that was a 4v5 with Envy doing Roshan at the meanwhile. So, I mean,
yeah, worth it, yeah.
Completely worth it.
Poison Sting does do fatal damage.
Does it?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah, it's the ulti that doesn't do fatal damage.
Nova doesn't do lethal damage.
Okay. It always confused me because some of the spells do and some of the spell does not.
The only one that
Gale and Sting are both lethal, but Nova is not.
Alright, so Roshan comes up here for C9. Aegis, well, that's a solo Roshan as well, so Envy getting a ton of that experience.
All that exp.
Level 13, man. 14 minutes in.
No levels in Quas, or no levels in Wex even.
Well, it's pretty standard to go 4, and then if you completely skip it because you don't have high levels of Invoke.
He's going to find Courier on Arteezy. Oh no, he's going to go on the mid lane. The Sunstrike to Kosap. Oh my god!
Boom.
The bomb.
Yeah, that was pain, actually. That was just straight up pain.
Radiant's middle tower is not safe.
And they're going to be able to turn this into a quick tier 1 in the middle lane. They even should be able to defend top, honestly. They have Glyph, and PPD is the only one up here, really. Fear's kind of looking for kills with his Shadowblade, but he's not going to find anything. And this is the problem with playing Slark and going Shadowblade against a team that's, for the majority of the game, just going to be playing as 5. Like, what does he do?
I mean, Slark forced Envy to TP out, and they thought, it's a 5v4 now. They can't take a 5v4, and Envy went to Roshan, so whatever that could go wrong, gone wrong for
There's a fish in our jungle.
No, Fear eyeing up Sing here. Looks like he wants to try to go for it. Gets a Shadowblade hit. There's the pounce. Sing is actually going to go down here pretty easily. Envy is nearby, but he's not going to be able to help out, so Fear does find a solo kill.
It's pretty huge.
Yeah. I think maybe his game plan is every single time Cloud9 backs up and they want to try to effectively farm the map for a little while. Wow, Sunstrike and PPD as well, taking a huge amount of damage here in the river. But every time they split and they decide to go back to farm the woods, that's when Fear is going to find his time to shine.
Yeah, again, Cloud9 does not play the alliance we group up style. Cloud9 likes to be greedy. They like to farm the jungle, farm the enemy jungle, in fact. So I think Fear's going to find a couple of chances.
Cold snap on Zai. Here comes the hook shot. He lands on 2. Fear going to be forced to pounce away. The flame break knocks Zai into the trees. He was actually stuck. Gets pulled in by Arteezy, who's not really that much mana right now. Might be forced to ball away with the rest of it. Gonna see a Nova as well on Universe.
The net.
Here comes the net. Ooh, nice blink away.
That Naga cast animation.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, but Arteezy, by the way, or sorry, Envy, by the way, went for Necro Book, so he just wants to knock down tower and push much quicker.
That damage when he used the medallion, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hurts a lot.
Yeah.
This is actually quite a refreshing playstyle, as we see Envy's going to get right-clicked up by Fear. Well, I mean, I think... Oh, no, Pi!
I think
top tower is under attack.
Okay, I don't know if... Well, actually, that's a max X sword Sunstrike.
Yeah, I think
that would have killed
Fear
him.
would have died.
Yeah, that would have killed him straight away. Here comes one raise, will connect, going for the second. The flame break actually stops it. Gonna see a frostbite and ulti coming out from Aoi. They're going for the Bat Rider as well. And he's gonna use the lasso on Aoi. Here comes the Brain Sap coming out from Zai. Almost kills him, but not quite yet. Envy low as well. Gonna get the Aegis pop now. Arteezy running out with the Haste Rune. Universe will eventually get the kill on Aoi. Bone 7 now on retreat. Arteezy still has a decent amount of mana. Another Sunstrike kill coming out for Envy. Pylai Die trying to run away. Arteezy just going all in for this kill. He will be able to haste away though. PPD just going to get eaten alive by the damage.
Beautiful.
And Sing, he's going to miss the raise.
Denied. Nice.
Yeah, there we go. Allied hero gets denied.
Well, I'm going to say Envy's playing well.
What a hectic fight, man.
It's pretty nuts.
Like, there was just 3 different fights happening simultaneously. Yeah, but those Sunstrikes have been spot on.
Yeah.
Do you think he would have died this luck?
Oh, yeah, he had
Yeah, he
473 HP and Sunstrike's 475 pure.
Yeah.
He would have died by 2 health. What a life.
To despair.
Well, the team fight did not go well for Cloud9, but they did win it quite handily. The Necro Book's being upgraded. Sing is going to finish this BKB. In fact, he has it.
Thank goodness, because he is having a real hard time with that Slark.
And, I mean, Slark's still going to right-click you, and that's nice and all, but the effectiveness of this Slark, he's going to go on Pylai Die, who is in a little bit of trouble. Immediate TP coming from Clockwork. Can he get there in time? No, Arteezy's going to clean up right now. The Blame Mail, he's going to go for the Arteezy kill. Arteezy zips out. Oh, the grip comes through. The Sunstrike! Oh, no.
Arteezy dodges it. Nicely done.
Yep.
EG getting back into it a little bit.
Oh, they're going to see
Here comes Universe. Yeah, Aoi's in a position where they could go for him, but they want to go for Envy instead. Here comes the lasso. Universe just getting destroyed by Necro Books and the Forge Spirits. And Envy is still alive. He gets a triple, takes out almost the entirety of EG.
He's got
he wants to go for more. They're just chasing him down with them.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Them babies.
That damage output.
It's insane.
He actually got all 3 kills before he died as well.
Yeah.
So he got experience for every single one of those. He's level 16 and 19 minutes into the game.
It's insane.
What's the saying? E Sama have mercy? Isn't that it?
Yeah, something like that.
There's no mercy this game, man.
No, there is none. Oh, he did die once. Maybe that's the mercy.
Well, yeah, but he took 3 people with him, and it was a literal 1v5.
He went all guns blazing like.
Oh, man.
I guess when you have max Exort Forge Spirits and Necro 3 at less than 20 minutes in,
On the medallion.
it's really hard to not die to you. And Pylai Die is going to be in some trouble here bottom. He's got ulti in about 4 seconds. Here comes the pounce. Bone 7 coming in to try to help. Really nice cogs. Actually stops Fear from getting more auto attacks off. Now he's going to be the one who actually goes down. Arteezy, he balls in. Beautiful song from Pylai Die. They're going to be able to retreat. Maybe they even want to turn it around. Arteezy has some mana left. They're going to try to line up the Sunstrike. Ooh, he will be able to land it.
He's out of mana, though. These guys are going to chase. Or as you say, these lads are chasing. Here we go, CM going in with that Tranko boots. Nova's going to clip. The Urn's going to be on top. Arteezy has one more zip, but this AEI 2007, he moving fast.
Bone 7 with the rocket secure. And they're going to be able to get a quick tier 1 out of this, too.
Man,
Cloud9 are just playing. I'm going to say, man, they're playing good. They're playing real good.
And Envy's got a play mail. Is this a AC Invoker?
It could be AC, could be Shivas. I'm kind of leaning towards AC, though, just because of the build that he's been going.
If you just show me that item 6, the 6 icons, I'm going to say he's playing Lycan.
Yeah.
Because this is not an Invoker build right now. Man, this is impressive stuff.
It's working out, though, very, very well.
Yeah.
When they win these little team fights, they can push so hard.
Zai?
He's grand.
He's really lucky that Bone 7 didn't have Hook, because he would have been very not fine in that situation.
Yeah.
Universe has got Blink. They're baiting this out quite nicely. I don't think they see Bone 7. Now they will as soon as he goes in. The hook and the lasso come out pretty much at the same time. The Sunstrike on the poor Bane inside of the cogs. Universe now trying to make his escape. He's going to casually fly off the map, spend some time in the mountains, maybe become a lumberjack. Who knows?
Or Buddhist.
Yeah. Do Buddhists live in the mountains?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if
we
they
don't
do or
have
not.
mountains in Ireland, like.
Yeah, that's true. You guys don't have mountains.
Well, they're miles away. No one ever goes
They're
there.
like hills.
Yeah.
Right? Like big hills. I've heard of them before. Read about them in books.
The hills?
No, mountains.
Radiant's
right.
top tower is
Seen them in
getting
movies
walloped.
mainly.
Arteezy just loses half of his health. They're going to be pushing top. Sing is up here with the rest of Cloud9, applying pressure to EG's
Invoker's on the way with the
Radiant's
Necro book
top
as well.
tower needs bandages.
Yeah, he's kind of powerful, man. It's pretty scary.
Max level Invoker on the next level as well. 20
Yeah,
minutes?
but he hasn't gone for Aghanim, so it's not necessarily like an Invoker is going to be using a lot of
Radiant
spells,
structures have
but you
been
can bet
secured.
that he's still going to do a lot of damage because
mean-
really all he needs to do is invoke Cold Snap.
This is the best 3-spell Invoker I've seen in a while.
What happens if he invokes Alacrity? Does he just like win the game with damage?
Maybe.
Give it the
Radiant's
sing.
top tower has
I mean, I
fallen.
think he gave it to himself. I think he's right.
Oh,
click.
nice mirror image there from Pilot Die. Dodges the initiation coming out from Universe. And
And
another Sunstrike. He just kills PPD. The poor Snake Man.
Radiant's top tower is under
Just
attack.
dies off to the right side of the tier 2 top lane.
I mean, is it biased if I start chanting at MVP?
I mean, he deserves it, man. He's played a really good game.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as people are really polarized about their opinions on Envy, you can't say that he's played bad this game.
He went for the super greed build and it worked out for him. Like, that takes
Yeah.
balls.
Yeah, I gotta say, I was a bit skeptical about
the
that.
one GG branch. Or
Yeah,
sorry,
he walks to the lane
one
with,
share tango.
One share tango.
with no items at all. And he's just like, I'm gonna get a really quick
You know
pass."
what I'll hate? Like, this is a very bad enabler for people in your next pub game.
God, please don't do this in pub games.
Picks Invoker and be like, hey guys, pull tango.
Oh, he actually did go Shivas.
Shivas, interesting.
I thought he was gonna go for AC, but
Yeah, for the right clicks.
it is another method though to make sure that you can
Top
keep people in
tower
range
isn't
for the
well
rest
at
of
the
like your
moment.
Forge Spirits and your Necronomicon and continue to do damage after
Yeah.
Cold Snap is gone.
And right now with the Shivas, what is that Slark gonna do?
Not a
The
lot.
guy who needs to get
Dire's
right click
top
for the
tower
stats, he's
is
not
under
getting any
attack.
right clicks on.
He's going to be a sad panda.
My question is, do EG have a chance of turtling this and actually
Dire's
making some
top
kind of a
tower
comeback?
is not on top of things.
They're going to be able to get the tier 1 safe lane, so that's something.
Dire's top
but
tower was
Is it more
utterly
about if Cloud9 make
destroyed.
mistakes? Is that
Yeah, I think it's up to them, really.
Yes, I
to-
think with the levels that Cloud9 level the heroes are, if you give them a couple kills like Aoi's right here,
Oh,
back.
no, take it back. Take it
Shot
back.
in. Owie dropping quite low, and I will go down. Force staff. Firefly is going to be able to get the kill. Bone 7 finds Fear, though, which is really nice. And now all of a sudden there's going to be a Gale on Pilot Die. He threw out the ensnare. Song going to be popped. They want to re-engage on this.
the Regoose is here.
Yep,
Here
they're
comes
coming
the party.
in. Arteezy is not even coming to this fight, by the way, so it's just the 3 of them right now. PPD going to be the first one to go down. There will be a Poison Nova before he dies. Sing turning around, looks like he wants to try to raise, but unfortunately gets nightmared. And Arteezy, in the meantime, is just pushing top this whole time. He doesn't really care too much.
I actually think that's the correct
Dire's
move to
top
not come to the
tower
fight. In
is
fact,
under
he pushed the wave, get a
Oh,
lot of
Bone
damage.
7. He pops the Blade Mail. Maybe it's a man fight, kind of. Arteezy wants to go for the kill, though. Bone 7 actually going to be going down. He wants to try to TP. It's such a
Sunstrike base.
long
Envy.
TP, though.
He's got
Is
it.
he going to do it?
Go on, you
Is he going to do it? No, he's not going to do it.
Aw.
MV suck.
I don't know, man. That's a hard on-the-fly Sunstrike.
Now, if you see him TP.
Do you always TP to the same spot in the
Yeah,
wall?
you do.
If you double tap, right?
The bottom left corner.
Yeah, if you double tap, you go to this.
Ah,
It's the fastest as well.
I noticed something that Arteezy, he never double taps when he TPs, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought double tap TP was like super standard, actually, because
Well,
it's,
I take
it's a
that
lot
back.
easier than having to click on the mini-map.
It's
you know
faster
what I
because
mean?
you don't have to click the minimap.
Yeah.
So he clicks the TP and then clicks
No,
on.
I take that wild claim back. I'm not sure about that.
My accusation. An NB is going to be found in the river here. Orchid. So Flame Break. Aegis going to be popped. He has one teammate behind him right now, and it's going to be Pilot Die. No, it's Song, though.
Yeah, I think Cloud9 just group up and just go mid at this point. Like, don't give away any kind of random kills here and there. Just take the game because they are very, very far ahead. Yeah, 14,000.
Yeah, they have the advantage, I guess you could say. They'd be putting a little bit lightly. Cloud9 have a lead. And the funny part is they haven't even killed all the other 2 towers yet.
Yeah, there's still gold in the bank.
Yeah, missed hook from Bone 7, by the way.
Radiant's
Fortunate.
middle tower is under attack.
Wanted to try to go deep. They're going to find Universe with an ensnare. Orchid can be used on Pylai Die. PPD Gales on Owie. And Arteezy's just like, I don't want to be around here anymore. This is not my happy place. Flame Break going to do some damage. No denial attempts coming out from EG. Looks like just a free tower for Cloud9.
Top tower is not on
I'm kind of worried for EG now. I really am.
I think that
you
makes
weren't
2 of
worried
us.
20 minutes ago?
No, but they need to get a pick off, or they need Cloud9 to kind of make mistakes. Really, I guess is the.
Oh, interesting. Slark's Slark's going for these pickoff. This is why I like the Shadow Blade. Like, okay,
then he's dead.
maybe this is why I don't like the Shadow Blade as well.
Well, he's got his ulti still.
All right. Ooh, nice.
Does he?
Oh, lasso on Owie. Poor Crystal Maiden, man, being pulled into the river. Arteezy balls back. Yeah, not even close.
That could have been big. Bone 7's re-engaged. Here comes Sing Sing on the back line here. They want fair. They want everybody, but they're moving fast.
Yeah, I don't think they can continue to pursue this. That was an unfortunate turn of events for poor Owie. He just got kind of eaten alive.
He's kind of the only one they can kill, though.
Well, I mean, given that particular fight, there was no one really else that they needed to go on.
I'm just saying, because Awie's so high level, he's level 13, which higher level than the Bat Rider. He's actually giving away quite a bit of experience, so I don't think EG should sit comfortably.
You're throwing Owie under the bus because he got lassoed?
No. I'm saying Cloud9 as a team needs to win this game quickly, because I don't think EG is as out of it as this goal graph suggests.
Yeah, the further you get ahead, the more you have to lose, nearly.
Yeah.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Is that what you were saying? Is that like is that an Irish thing?
I think it's a world thing.
I think it's an everyone thing. Yeah, you're probably right about that, actually. Bone 7, going bottom. He's looking for PPD. He's going to find him. And rip.
How did the Envy not get that kill with 2 Fort Straight, 2 Necrobook, and a Meteor on top? Bone 7's like, I got this.
Why is the Venomancer running around with like nearly 2k gold?
I don't know, man. Why not? Maybe he wants to buy Blink. Maybe he wants to Blink and ulti. How else is he going to get into a team fight?
That's a fair call.
And if you have a Blink, you can actually blink away from Song, too. As long as you're facing the right direction. Make sure when you buy Blinks at home that if you're trying to blink out of a Song, you blink the direction you're facing, not turn first, because sometimes you can actually get hit before you have your turn time and you can blink away. It's bad.
Andy's tip for the day.
Sage words from Andy.
Yeah. Hey man, you know how many times I've played Puck and I use phase shift and I don't blink properly because I'm facing the wrong direction? It's super frustrating.
I had that problem earlier.
It's super frustrating when you do that, trust me.
Oh, you had a problem with the level 1 gang as well.
He had a problem with missing a coiler too as well.
I was on tilt.
He was on tilt. You never get mad though.
No.
You were mad.
I was pretty mad, yeah. I hide it quite well.
It's alright, man.
So what's Cloud9's game plan here? Are we grouping up and taking a tier 2 bot?
I think they're doing the right thing by just being on EG's side of the map. I mean, really, EG would be hard-pressed to take a team fight, I think, at this point in time, even without an Aegis or anything. And let's be honest, the third Roshan's going to be spawning. And when that happens, there's going to be cheese, and then there's going to be an Aegis on top of that. So the next Roshan that they get, I think, is going to be where they try to go high ground. Yeah. So until that point, if you just kind of asphyxiate EG by staying on their side and taking all the lanes, taking the woods, making sure they can't find any farm, that's going to be to your benefit. And Bone 7 misses another hook.
I think that was a good miss. Just
I don't know. I think it would have been fine to hit that.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower.
They have the Blink net from Naga.
Yeah,
so
Blink Naga. Speaking of supports with Blink.
Well, not even just Blink net, Blink Sing.
Yeah.
Blink in. Sing.
Get in singing. People.
It's good, man. It's real good.
Oh, they're going to need that Blink Sing for top lane right now. Envy being focused very much so. There is a Sing. There is a Meg.
Oh, Arteezy just balls into the Song.
Are they going to focus on Arteezy?
Yeah.
I don't know if they can. Well, nice call here. The look at his HP just dropping. Meanwhile, on the backline, Zai is trying to do whatever he can. The right clicks are coming out. My God.
Oh, my God.
Well, at least Arteezy survived.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Worth it, I guess. I don't know.
You don't sound convinced.
Owie, not again.
Look.
Owie, please. Wow, that is some serious Crystal Maiden hate.
Oh, boy,
Highlight comes
to the
in, he gets the ensnare. Owie was still alive that whole time. PPD, he's going to try to teleport out. Will succeed. Bone 7 hooks to his teammate. Bone 7, why? Why?
Look, C9 is not making this win look pretty. If it's going to be a win at all, I'm not sure.
He's even it now.
Well,
I mean,
I
I'm
don't know
pretty
about
sure.
that. I mean, it's like, in order to even out, I think EG would have to team wipe Cloud9 like 3 times.
So
Look, I've seen some
it's not
Cloud9
looking likely.
throws. I don't know, man.
But you never know.
No, you're right. You never know. I mean, there is an opportunity to come back, albeit, in my opinion, it's slim. It can happen. I will say that.
Io Scotty on Slark.
Yeah, he's going for Basher as well.
I like. I think when you get up to Basher with Io Scotty, that's the territory where your Slark actually starts becoming a menace.
Yeah.
Although, again, with the right-click power of Steam, I'm not sure whether they care.
Yeah, I think they can still kind of blow him up. Honestly, this is like a
RTZ?
Slark Butterfly game. Yeah, RTZ is not having a great time. Now found out that MD has Hex. Fear goes in. He wants to try to find MD, but it's definitely going to be a mistake. He even blinks inside of the cogs. That poor Slark, man.
He couldn't blink because there was so many, or he couldn't leap because there's so many people around him. He would have just leaped into them. It was really good.
So about that Scotty, seems like it's not enough.
Suddenly, Cloud9 seemed to be in a pretty dominant position, I would say.
All of a sudden.
Yeah, it's just like out of nowhere. Hey, man, I was just going with what you said earlier. They were evening it out, you know? Oh, net on the universe. He's going to force staff away. Pops the Ghost Step to break the ensnare. But this is Dead Tower, no glyph. This is potentially just a Rax. Yeah, I think
it's
it is.
going to be a Rax, unless we see some buyback coming out, which, by the way, there is none.
Is not safe.
Well, they're actually doing a valid job in terms of slowing it down.
Yeah, and then Alacrity happened, and then it was tough.
It
I'm surprised, though.
Kind of nullifies the Alacrity.
I like the lack of focus fire from the two carriers.
Yeah, they're both hitting different racks, and nice song, actually. That was very, very good. Now they're going to go for the kill. Arteezy is up in 2 seconds, though. They need to be careful about this. They immediately destroy Universe. Hex on a PPD. Envy committing so hard to this. And Arteezy, he wants to go right on Sing. Force Staff is going to make him dodge the Meteor. Pops the BKB, although it's a little bit too late. Will end up going down. Bone 7, Blade Mail, but he's stuck inside of the base of EG. And it's a double for Arteezy. Call it a Cloud9 throw. Call it what you will.
Two more team
Why
fights,
were they not hitting the same racks? What the hell was that? Owie now going to be going down. Orchid on top.
Hey, guess what?
Of a leap.
Roshan's alive.
How many team fights did you say, Andy? Was it 3? So just 2 more.
I just got that feeling, man. You know them
Look,
feels.
when I threw when I threw AI under the bus on the Dying Crystal Maiden,
You're going to throw him under the bus again?
I'm saying they need to win the game in a faster way.
So you're saying if you play Dota, you need to win?
Yes.
That's some sick insight, bud.
That's why I'm here, man.
That's why we pay you the big bucks.
They need to win and win soon.
Jeez.
Are they in a rush?
I think you're more concerned about them winning quickly because you want to make sure they don't throw.
Yes.
It doesn't have anything to do with your team composition. It's just please win so you don't throw the game.
Isn't it EG that usually throw?
EG had the curse for a long time, yeah. But they seem to have broken it lately.
Okay.
This game, they've kind of just been behind. It's hard to throw a game that you weren't winning in the first place. But I think if they can manage to do that 1 or 2 more times, they could potentially be in territory where they could be considered at least even with Cloud9.
And then they could throw.
But it's tough. Yeah, and then they can throw.
Yeah.
Oh, bottom. Bone 7. He finds Zai. Oh, Force Staff. Double Force Staff. He's in the river.
Okay, Dragon Mode.
Yeah, lasso on Bone
There's
7.
Hook in 2 seconds, though.
He
Oh, no.
Get him!
Well played. Well played.
Oh,
No, another Force Staff.
What the
He's going to
heck?
nightmare deny
Oh,
himself.
my-
Nope, never
Okay.
mind. Pilot Die gets the Riptide.
Nice. Nice.
That
was
bait
some
was like a
clowny.
ping pong ball just
Yeah.
going in
He's
there.
like, where am I? Uh-oh. PPD not having a great time.
Okay, that's a Roshan.
That's a meatball.
To the tits.
You know, I'm very surprised that EG just didn't go for the juggler at Roshan when they just got that 4 kill.
They might not have, like, they might have thought they didn't have enough time. You know what I mean?
Fair
There's
enough.
still tier 2s and tier 1 bottom and a tier 2 mid.
But they were dead for such a long time, in particular Sing Sing as well as a...
Yeah, they might have been able to do it. But does their team rush that fast? I don't think it does.
It depends on how much damage Fair had at that point, in terms of right clicks.
Orchid as well.
Yeah.
Arteezy's just casually in their base, by the way. He just balled into the trees and teleported out.
Yeah.
Alright, this cheese on just
defeated
to
Roshan in heated battle.
tell him. He's gonna take both, I'd say. He's like, I want
I
it.
know. He's leaving the cheese there.
Not a fan of cheese.
I love cheese.
So do I. You know I love cheese. Cheese and burgers.
That's all you eat.
It's fucking awesome.
I don't know, man.
I actually don't have any
How
burgers.
do you poop when you eat just that?
Years of practice. Years of practice.
That can't be good, man.
No, it was rough for a while, but I've gotten used to it.
I hope so, man. I hope so.
By the way, AI is going for Lincoln, so he could be less.
He's the greediest Crystal Maiden I've ever seen.
No, he's going to Lincoln's the Invoker or the SF. He's not going to keep it for himself.
Yeah, of course he is. He's like, I'm Crystal Maiden, I'm Ultian. Fuck you, Batrider.
It could be a thing, I guess, unless, you know, you consider things like Flame Break, which is pretty easy to interrupt CMLT with.
It's pretty hard. The aim, the skill.
I'm just saying.
It's a skill shot.
Envy is looking for a potential pick here.
Uh-oh.
Envy, please no.
There is no detection down on the side of EG, so they're not going to know what the deal is.
Envy, please
He's
no.
quite fast as well.
Yeah, well, he's got a haste.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a thing.
Is it?
It is.
Well,
Well, if it wasn't before, it is now. That's what we're saying. But yeah, Cloud9 now aggressively positioned here. Who ended up picking up the cheese?
they left it there.
The courier had the cheese last time I checked.
Okay, and the courier is actually just sitting in the base.
Cool.
They're
So
growing.
they're not even going to take the cheese.
You know you can sell the cheese for 500 gold for those
Yep.
that get wondering.
Yes, you can.
Hey, look, they're still hitting at different racks.
Huh.
What the fuck?
Maybe it's more of a kind of...
Oh no, Arteezy could be potentially going down here. Universe blinks in, but he gets Shivas before the lasso actually goes off. There's no fight happening just yet. Arteezy pops the BKB though. He wants to try to go in. He's going to go on Envy first. And Arteezy just gets obliterated by right-click damage. Oh man, the grip gets immediately canceled. Now Zai in a lot of trouble. The CMLT was popped as well. And Arteezy is forced to buy back after going down to Envy. Balls back in. They get the Aegis, but really is it worth committing that hard for just a hero who's going to respawn anyway? Fear wants to go in, misses the pounce. PPD gets a ulti on just one. Pylai die. He pops the song. Is there going to be
It's
any
the Regoose.
Yeah, it definitely is the Regoose. The Ice Wall lands on both Fear and PPD. Both going to just die instantly. Universe goes in for a last-ditch effort with his lasso. Arteezy wants to try to finish off Sing. Manta's popped. BKB also popped on top of that. Midrax going down in the meantime. Gem on the ground. Arteezy just casually balling all of his mana away.
Bipping around the place.
I don't know what he was trying to do there.
He was trying to secure the Envy kill. Envy was dying to the poison, so...
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, they get the racks. They lose NB 2 times, but still worth it.
Still has nearly 4k gold.
Yeah.
He's going for the Aghanims now, I guess. So
He could. Yeah, he could.
What about you, Lemmy? What'd you get?
What would I get?
Right
I
now.
would kill the throne and just
Okay.
call it a day.
Yeah, so we're gonna
That's
get...
what I get.
Killing the throne isn't an item, Lumi.
I mean,
That wasn't the question!
Don't politician the question. Just answer it, man.
I would get a heart. Just call it a day.
A heart. What about a BKB?
They're focusing. Actually, if you look at Pilot Eye's going for a second Lincolns.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, it's just going to be a Lincoln spam on the Invoker.
On Envy, be like, guys.
But they can all put on themselves and go up like the high ground together, all glowing blue, and just intimidate them.
I would probably leave the game.
Yeah,
Because, see, the thing is, if the team gets to a point where it can buy 5 Lincolns and use them all on each other, if you got big problems outside of the fact that the other team has 5 Lincolns.
And they're not afraid to go like on your high ground.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, normally I'm rooting for Cloud9, but I think EG have fight in them.
Well, I'm sure they have fight in them. The question is that fight going to win? I mean, they're not rolling over. They're trying to make something happen. They smoked up. They're going to go inside of the woods, potentially look for a pick.
Bone 7 gotta get out of
Yes,
this.
it's satanic.
Yep. He's actually gone a very minimal damage build, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's made 3 fairly defensive items in a blink.
Batrider.
Blink in, coming in from Sing. He does still have that Lincolns, and he pops the BKB. Here comes the Requiem Fear, dropping to half almost immediately. First one to die is going to be Zai. Owie getting beaten down by Arteezy with that BKB on Fear. He gets hexed up, dies straight away. Sing picking up a double kill, and the rest of EG forced to scatter. Universe going to retreat with that gem. We already saw the TP out from Arteezy earlier, so committing heavily to a fight where you can only get a Crystal Maiden and you lose your core, or one of your cores, I should say, not great. Bone 7 casually picks up a Maelstrom because you gotta have lightning.
Yeah.
You just need it.
Aghanims as well. Oh my god. It's not...
So when I said EG had more fight in them,
Yeah.
I meant
It was a fight.
Yeah.
I mean,
You weren't wrong.
yeah,
It was just not a fight going in their favor.
I was envisioning, you know, C9 throwing a little harder.
Alright, so Invoker's nearly level 25?
He is pretty darn close to it at this point. It's 24.
And he doesn't have Aghanims. Like, this is the time of the game I love when I play Invoker.
I don't know what item he has.
He doesn't necessarily need it. He just completely biffed that combo, by the way. I don't think it actually did any damage, and the deafening just completely missed. So, questionable, but hey, doesn't really matter when you just have illusions everywhere. They're going to try to jump on Sing. Arteezy gets the pull, gets hookshot though by Bone7. Here comes the song. PPD and Arteezy both stuck inside of it. The rest of BG kind of sitting behind. Fear now finally respawns, going to be teleporting into the action. In comes, actually the last one from Universe. Yeah, he's got the cheese. He's still Orchid though. He's going to be a ton of damage from this. Once it wears off, Arteezy's Nightmare. Double, triple Force Staff on Arteezy. He's back in his face on the high ground. Sing, though, he gets the kill on Zai. Link is going to be popped once again. He also gets PPD. I think this is very, very close to the end of the game. Fear, he's going to break that ensnare with a Dark Pact, trying to run away from Bone7 and Pylai. There's a blink too, though. Wow, nice blink by Pylai. Stops the pounce from getting him farther away. And there's the Frostbite. Sentry dropped. Gives Sing a triple.
It looks like it's going to march up.
GG. Cloud9 take it.
That was a really good game, actually. Some nice sunstrikes from Envy.
Yeah, there was a couple of points in the game where I thought EG could potentially take it, but I really didn't like the Shadow Blade, like, at all.
I actually think the Shadow Blade was fine.
I totally disagree, like 100%. Like 8,000,000% disagree.
He was able to like get a lot of...
He got one!
No, Shadow Fiend twice.
Shadow Fiend twice. A lot of the initiate he got, he couldn't finish because it was a song.
Yeah.
I really think